So as you can tell by the title of this video, I was in a car accident. And obviously I'm alive, or else I wouldn't be making this video. So I kind of wanted to come on here and talk to you about what happened, because this just happened. If you're wondering what I'm holding up to my head, it's an ice pack, because I kind of hit my head. Don't worry, it's not like that bad of an injury, it's just a cut, but it does hurt. So yeah, and also my hair's wet. I just washed it because there was blood involved, so I had to wash my hair. I think you'd rather see my hair wet than with blood all over, so just keep that in mind. Everyone is okay. No one died or got seriously injured, so that's good. But it was more than just a fender bender. So I thought I would come on here and tell you guys the story of what happened. This video is not going to be my typical funny, humorous video. You know, I normally, if you've watched my videos, you know that I normally like to use humor, and you know that I don't take things seriously. This video is not going to be that, so if you're looking for more of a light-hearted video, then I have plenty other videos you can watch. This video is going to be more serious, and I'm going to talk about this car accident that I was literally just in. So as you can see, this literally just happened. This happened like an hour ago as I'm recording this. And so here's what happened. So I went home for Labor Day weekend. Today is Labor Day, by the way. So I was coming back to my apartment after the weekend, and as I was driving back, that's when this accident happened. So just to kind of set the scene for you a little bit. So I was on the highway when this happened, and my dad was in the car with me in the passenger seat, and I was driving. Also, I think it's important to mention that there was no drinking or anything of the sort involved. I was not under the influence of I was not under the influence of anything. Pretty much this was just a result of me not paying as much attention as I should have. I want to start off this video by saying it is very important to pay attention while driving. I know it sounds obvious, and it's not like I wasn't paying attention. I just wasn't paying as much attention as I should have been. So it's very important to always be paying attention, and pay attention even more than you think you should be, because this was not fun. Like, I literally thought I was gonna die. I know it sounds dramatic, but I was just hoping, like, I mean, it's a car accident, so when you think about it, saying that you thought you were gonna die, really, even though it sounds dramatic, like, when you put the context to it, anyone would think that, you know? And I was just sitting there hoping that I wouldn't die. And I'm really lucky that I survived. I don't really want to think about how lucky I was I survived, and like how close I could have been to dying, because at the end of the day, all that's important is that everyone is okay. The car, on the other hand, is not okay, but all the people involved were okay. So yeah. So basically what happened was I was on the highway and I was merging. And as I was merging, I hit a truck. I didn't see this truck coming. And I I was looking, like I wasn't like looking away from, like I was looking at the road. I just didn't see the truck coming, and it was a semi truck, by the way. And as I started merging, this truck started honking at me, but it was too late because I didn't even process that I was getting honked at until I hit the truck. The truck was behind me, and I merged while I was like too close to the truck. So even though the truck was behind me, I was the one at fault because I was the one who was merging. So I hit this truck, and the car starts getting thrown all over the place. The car did not tip over or anything. It still like stayed up. It was just getting thrown all over the place. So that's what happened. So it was as we were like, you know, getting thrown all over the place in the car, I was thinking to myself, okay, please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. And then the car stopped, you know, getting thrown around, and I was still sitting there completely conscious and alive. So I was lucky there, because if I was going to die, I think it either would have already happened or I would have been unconscious and on the way to the hospital. I did not have to go to the hospital. I was sitting there fully conscious, and I wasn't badly injured, but I was taken aback by what just happened. I was emotionally taken aback. So basically what happened after that was I went into the shoulder, you know, I pulled over into the shoulder, and then my dad, who was sitting in the passenger seat next to me, called 911. And it was scary that this was a situation that was bad enough to the point that 911 had to be called, because I've never had to call 911 before in my life. I've never been in a emergency situation like that, so to think that this was like actually like bad enough was a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Like when you've never been in a situation before that 911 had to be called, when it is called, even though like you know help is on the way and you know like it's gonna be okay, it's still scary just to think like, oh, it was that bad. Like, that's crazy. So my dad called 911, and the cops came shortly after. I did not get okay, sorry for the random jump cut. My camera ran out of memory, so I had to deal with that. So I did not get into any legal trouble, but the cops did have to talk to me and, you know, make sure everything was okay. I did not need like an ambulance or anything. The only other people that like were involved were like the cops. So the cops talked to me. Also, like, obviously, like, before the cops came, like, we got out of the car and, like, exchanged information, basically what you're supposed to do when you get into an accident or something. So like, we did that, and then the cops came and talked to me, you know, made sure everything was okay. Basically, we had to show them our IDs, things of that nature. And so pretty much after that, we saw the damage of the car. Our car was pretty damaged. I don't know what's gonna happen with it yet. I don't know if we're gonna get it repaired or if we're gonna have to get a new car. My dad was able to drive it back home, so it is still drivable. It's just like the outside is damaged, and one of the doors and also the trunk door is not openable. So we will see if that's able to be fixed. I don't know if that's going to be fixed. But my mom was also coming with us, but she was in our other car. So we did still have another car where we were able to finish the trip up here. So I ended up getting in the car with my mom, and then my dad drove the car that I crashed back home. So that's what ended up happening. So basically what happened physically, like my injury, which I didn't get injured terribly, but I did get a cut on the back of my head, and I was bleeding, and I was bleeding a lot. I'm not bleeding anymore, at least not as much, but like I'm not bleeding like a whole bunch now, but I was bleeding a lot earlier, and there was blood in my hair. I'm sorry to like get graphic, by the way. I'm not gonna like show any pictures. I'm just describing what happened. That's literally it. But there was blood in my hair. I didn't even realize I was bleeding until a few minutes later when I saw blood on my hand. I had been like, I was like feeling like the back of my head because it was hurting. So I was like touching there to like see like what happened basically. And I could feel like the blood in my hair, but I didn't realize it was blood. I just thought my hair was greasy. But I realized later on that it was blood. So basically I got out of the car, I talked to the cops, did all that, then I got my stuff out. The trunk door could not be opened, so we had to get my stuff. We had to open like the back seat door and get my stuff from there, and put it in my mom's car, and my mom drove me the rest of the way here. So then I went and took a shower to get cleaned up, and yeah. So yeah, that's basically what happened. This isn't a super long story, but it was definitely really crazy. And I can tell this is going to be something that I'm going to be thinking about for days, because this is crazy. I would not call this a near-death experience, because I don't think I was actually like feeling like I was going to die. But I would say this is probably the closest to death I've ever been in my life. Like, I don't think the car accident was bad enough that it could have killed me, but I was like sitting there hoping that I wouldn't die. So, like, it sounds dramatic to say it, because like I've never like really had a close encounter with death before, and obviously like I'm young, like I'm too young to die. My life is barely starting. So, like, I've never, like, had to, like, think about death before. But this was a crazy experience, and I'm just glad that everyone made it out alive and okay. And that no one got seriously injured. I have been in a few fender benders before, but this was the first real accident that I've ever been in. And I hope that this is the only accident that I'll ever be in. So now I just want to share a few takeaways from this video and from this whole experience. Please, if you don't take anything away from this, if you don't take anything else away from this video, please take away this one thing. Driving is very dangerous. Like, you have to really be careful when driving. Please don't drink and drive. This wasn't this kind of situation, but if it was, it would have been a lot worse. So don't drink and drive. Please, like, be careful when driving. Like, I cannot stress this enough. Driving is not safe. And so in order to be safe while driving, like, you really, really have to be so careful. You have to pay attention. And even if you think you're paying attention, you might not be paying as much attention as you should. So please make sure you're always paying attention while driving, because you don't want anything like this happening to you. I would not wish this on my worst enemy. So that is, I think that's gonna be the end of this story. I don't want to say I hope you enjoyed it, because I mean, I don't think this was an enjoyable type of video, but I hope you took something away from this video. And yeah, so anyways, please check out, if you want something more lighthearted, please check out like 98% of my other videos. My videos are typically more lighthearted than this one. I don't usually talk about heavy topics like this. I'm usually like pretty humorous on here and like not taking things seriously. So if you want more of that, like, please watch my other videos. And yeah, I hope you took something away from this video. And yeah, so anyways, that is pretty much it, and I will see you guys, the subscribers and viewers, in my next video. Peace out, y'all. Woo!